Hey guys, how you doing? I had this question a lot lately, and I just wanted to make sure I was clarifying one thing. A lot of people ask me, "Well, who did you vote for?" Basic response is none ya, none your business. But let me say this, okay? Prior to going to the polls, I went ahead and prayed. Okay, polls. I'm not. What do you call it? So keen or so dependent upon who gets elected, who doesn't get elected. Oh my gosh, what happens, whatever. Um, you know, um, Way back when in Genesis somewhere, um, the country of Israel was going ahead and they wanted a king over God. And they got the king, and the king did crazy stuff like certain leaders that we have nowadays. Even Stalin was one of those who was religiously inclined at first and seems like turned, but I'm not sure about that history, so I can't really research that. But all this to say is this: who I voted for is that one there is who I depend upon. That one there. All right, that cross and Jesus. So that's the primary focus. And if you haven't prayed before you're going to vote, you got a problem. Tell you the truth. If you just don't do it, you got an issue. Because then you're saying, hey, look, all of my confidence is in my vote, is in a piece of paper. And if you do that, I tell you the truth. I mean, quote unquote, this is a plague, and um, if you're not realizing what plagues are in the historical context, then you really need to read some history. Then I tell you the truth. But all that to say is this: is that you know, prayer includes praying for those over 5,000 people who died during recent storms on the island of Puerto Rico. And prayer includes noting the fact that the place of my birth was trying to be sold by a certain leader. And that's it. It's like, and prayer also includes that 2020, Puerto Rico is still not a state, but yet oppressed like heck. Modern day oppression it's just as wrong as it was before. We have medicines here, and people go ahead and say, well, I'm going to rely on the scientific data. Well, I hope you prayed first before you rely on scientific data. I mean, wear your mask or whatever, do whatever you have to do. But, you know, you just going to go ahead and have to realize, you don't have to realize is that it's your option. Choose the way you want to be and how you view your world and so forth. So it's just you in a nutshell. What do you believe in? What do I believe in as a person? Where's my trust and confidence at? That's all up to you, bud. And the unfortunate reality for me, my personal reality is that I've done everything I need to do. It's always say that bad things happen, but good things happen for a reason. They do. They do. I've found blessings in a whole lot of stuff, and I tell you the truth. With reference to this election period, I think 15 years ago or something like that, some odd years ago, whatever. It's the last time I voted a party ticket. Um, I the last election, I tell you the truth, I didn't vote for either of the top candidates. I think they were both psychotic. That was my personal choice. Um, but what I chose this term is a party ticket, which I haven't done in over 15 years, and I felt like there was a need to do it. A lot of people criticized me. Well, last election, well, what the heck was wrong with you? You went ahead and gave power to so and so because they were able to get elected or whatever. Like, dude, I'm happy with what I chose, and you're happy with what you chose. People choose to rely on voting and not praying and not taking a step to just say, God, please, look at our scenario. I mean, look, just you can pray, God, look at scenario and deliver, heal, save. That should be your first prayer. Not kill Donald Trump, kill Biden, or I mean, it's just crazy. And then look at some documentaries. I mean, like for example, I was just looking at one today, and Hitler killed 85 opposition candidates. That's how he came into power. So if you connect the dots and sort of look at how things have happened in history before and how they may relate to what's happening now, just connect the dots, reflect, maybe, possibility these is going on in today's society. But again, when you ask me, who did you vote for? I voted first one for that one there. Christ. It's prayer before I left. Prayer all during the time. So I hope you guys are praying, and I hope you're voting. Vote your conscience. I mean, I'm not telling you, who to vote for. Christianity and zealots, and there's a whole lot of, after 1985, being a Christian since back then, born, saved, sanctified for the, I've seen so much Christian confusion. My brothers and sisters just about as confused as heck. And do I say off with their heads? No. You just got to pray and know that God will prevail no matter what. If you don't have confidence that God's going to prevail. I mean, look, Pharaoh was king of Egypt. Did that stop God? No. Did God step in and do something? Yeah. So some people, well, if Trump gets elected, you don't know what's going to happen, dude. If he gets elected, did you pray first? What about if today or tomorrow he passes away? I mean, it's crazy. I feel sorry for the dude because I saw him recently on TV, and that dude looked like he's struggling. I don't know what they got the dude on. I don't know what, if amphetamines or whatever you call it, adrenaline or whatever they got pumping him in, but he looks like he's over medicated and being pumped full of stuff just to keep him going. And that's scary, dude, because your body will shut down after a while, and I feel sorry for him. If he's doing that, I'm not sure. I'm not his medical physician, whatever. But then you have the other dude. I mean, he's a stutterer, and that's why they call him Sleepy Joe, because he has to ponder what he thinks about. So are you gonna make fun of? That would be making fun of myself, the disability community. It's like he's a stutterer. He may present as sleepy at times and as dementia, but he's got to think, and his coping skills is that he's got to think and hold his words and try to get them out before he stutters. So I feel sorry for him, but I did vote my conscience, whichever one. You could divine what it is. Like I said, my whole thing is that over 5,000 of my countrymen died on the island during recent storms, and it doesn't take well when someone tells me you're trying to sell my homeland. So I hope that helps answer your questions. But most importantly, vote your conscience. Vote what you feel like. I mean, my whole thing, whatever the outcome is of this election, is I pray before, and we'll pray after, and we'll continue to pray all along. And regardless of who's in office, the most important thing is I know one person who is above all the politicians, even though I think they're all psychotic at this point. If you Schumer, Pelosi, McDonald, whatever his name is. It's just, I think they're all, I tell you the truth, I mean, you know, if I had an army and that type of power, I probably would put them all up and shoot them all. Or whip their asses like hell. And strip them down of all their power and stipends and wages and stuff like that, because the majority of Americans are struggling. We are at a point where we just got two races: either you're rich or poor, either you're black or white. Two stratifications in our society. And I don't understand, because, like, for example, when I do applications, they say you have to identify yourself either black or white. Well, dude, I'm Puerto Rican. I'm everything. What? You look white, yeah. So what am I supposed to put? White, but then I have to check off ethnicities, Hispanic, Puerto Rican. So it's like, even our forms are still along racial stigmas and so forth that perpetuate that shit. So, God bless you. Sugar, honey, iced tea. Jesus loves you. Jesus saves. Go out and vote. Vote your conscience. Whatever it is. Vote. You know, but if you didn't pray before you went, you got a problem.